You just woke up and your bank account has $1 trillion in it. $1 trillion. Not a typo. Not a dream. The money is real. It is yours. And there is one condition attached to it. You have exactly 24 hours to spend every single dollar. Not invest it. Not donate it to a fund that slowly distributes it over decades. Spend it. All of it. Or it disappears at midnight tonight, and you go back to whatever sad savings account you had before this. Simple enough, right? Wrong. Because here is what nobody tells you about $1 trillion. It is not just a big number. It is a number so large that your brain is physically not equipped to process it. If you spent $1,000 every single second without stopping, without sleeping, without eating, it would take you 31 years to finish. You have 24 hours. So let us figure this out together. Your clock starts now. First things first, you need to look the part. Walk into the most expensive clothing store in the world, which is probably a Chanel boutique in Paris, and tell them you want one of everything. Every jacket, every bag, every pair of shoes in every size. The entire store inventory runs you about $4 million. You feel great. You look incredible. You have spent 0.000004% of your money. This is going to be harder than you thought. Fine. Bigger. You need a house. Not a house. A compound. You pull out your phone and buy the most expensive private residence ever sold in history, a $238 million Manhattan penthouse overlooking Central Park. Done. Now you need somewhere to park. Buy yourself a Bugatti La Voiture Noire for $18 million. Actually, buy 10 of them. 1 for each day of the week and 3 spares. You now have a $418 million morning. You have spent less than what $1 trillion earns in interest while you were getting dressed. Let that sink in. Okay, new strategy. You need to stop thinking like a rich person and start thinking like something that does not have a word yet. Cars are not going to cut it. Let us buy airlines. All of them. Delta, United, American, Southwest, Ryanair, Emirates. Every major commercial airline on the planet, combined, is worth roughly $500 billion. You buy every single one. Every plane, every gate, every bag of pretzels they charge you $4 for at 35,000 feet. You now own the entire global commercial aviation industry. Every person who flies anywhere on Earth today is technically flying on your airline. You check your balance. Still $500 billion left. It is not even noon. This requires a completely different approach. Let us think about what $1 trillion actually looks like physically. If you stacked $100 bills on top of each other, your stack would reach 631 miles into the sky. That is higher than the International Space Station. If you laid those same bills flat end to end, they would stretch from Earth to the Moon and back. Twice. With enough left over to wrap around the equator 7 times. You cannot spend that by shopping. You need to think in terms of entire economies. So let us buy a country. New Zealand is valued at approximately $174 billion when you factor in its GDP, its land, its infrastructure, and its natural resources. You buy New Zealand. Congratulations! You are now the proud owner of 268,000 square kilometers of some of the most beautiful land on Earth. 5 million citizens who did not ask for this, and the entire Lord of the Rings filming location portfolio. Peter Jackson comes with the deal. You still have $826 billion. Fine. Buy Australia. $1.5 trillion is the rough economic value of Australia, which is technically more than you have. So let us negotiate. You put $700 billion on the table and tell them to take it or leave it. They take it. You now own a continent, a whole continent. You have been awake for 4 hours. But here is the problem nobody warned you about. Buying countries is complicated. There are governments involved. There are constitutions. There are people with very strong opinions about sovereignty. The United Nations is already sending strongly worded emails. 3 different world leaders have called you personally. One of them is crying. You do not have time for this. You have $126 billion left and 8 hours to go. Let us go to space. A single seat on a SpaceX rocket to the International Space Station costs $55 million. You buy 1,000 seats. You are sending 1,000 people to space today. Who goes? You have to decide right now. You pick randomly. A retired school teacher from Ohio. A 19-year-old who was just about to start his first job. A grandmother from Portugal who has never even been on a regular airplane. All of them. Space. Today. You have just created the largest human space launch event in the history of civilization, and your accountant is furious because it barely moved the needle. You have $71 billion left. It is 9 p.m. All right. Philanthropy. You have heard this is where the really wealthy people put their money. Let us figure out what $71 billion can actually fix. World hunger costs the United Nations an estimated $40 billion per year to end completely. You write that check? Done. World hunger. Gone. For a year? You have $31 billion left. Medical debt in the United States totals around $220 billion. But because medical debt gets sold to collections agencies for pennies on the dollar, charities can erase $100 of debt for every $1 donated. That means your remaining $31 billion wipes out $3.1 trillion worth of medical debt. Which is more medical debt than currently exists in the entire country? You just ended world hunger for a year and eliminated all American medical debt, and you still have change left over. The change is $340 million. You buy a yacht. It is 11:45 p.m. You have $50 left. You go to a vending machine. You buy a bag of chips and a Sprite. You sit down on the floor of wherever you are, which is probably a private airport in the Middle East at this point, and you eat your chips. And here's the part that nobody prepares you for. You realize that in 24 hours, you bought every airline on Earth. You bought 2 countries. You sent 1,000 random strangers to space. You ended world hunger. You wiped out medical debt. You bought so many cars that you could never drive all of them in your lifetime. You own a New Zealand. You own most of Australia. And somehow, despite all of that, the thing that feels the most real right now is this $1.75 bag of chips from a vending machine. Because this is the uncomfortable truth that $1 trillion reveals. Money at that scale stops being about things. There are only so many things you can own before ownership becomes meaningless. You cannot live in 47 mansions simultaneously. You cannot drive 10 Bugattis at the same time. You cannot experience 1,000 vacations in a single afternoon. The limit of money is not wealth. The limit of money is time. And time is the one thing that $1 trillion cannot buy you more of. It is midnight. The money is gone. You're back to your regular bank account, your regular car, your regular life. but you sent 1,000 people to space. And somewhere right now, a grandmother from Portugal is looking down at Earth through a tiny window, seeing the whole planet at once for the first time, and crying in a way that has nothing to do with money at all. Maybe that was the only purchase that was actually worth anything.